they're all the same to me, you know. Rambo, and Commando, they're all the same to me. And also, if you look at Commando and Rambo, I mean, think about it. Rambo was the ultimate inspiration for the action movies back in the 80s and for the action genre in general. I mean, think about it. Because action movies are always stereotyped as the big muscular guy with the big guns and everything. A lot of people say Schwarzenegger started. It wasn't Schwarzenegger. It was Rambo. Because think about it. When the second Rambo movie came out and became a huge success back in 1985. Before that, Schwarzenegger did The Terminator back in 1984, and he was a star, but he wasn't titled an action star yet. And of course, 1985 came along, and Rambo: First Blood Part 2 was a huge success, and also the Rambo franchise was like the Matrix franchise back in the 80s, because how today's movies, they kept ripping off the Matrix with the slow-mo bullet time action sequences and all that, which I like. Don't get me wrong, I like the Matrix. The sequels were strange to me. The sequels were weird, but the first one will always be the best. Anyway, that's how Rambo was back. It was like the Matrix of the 80s because people kept ripping it off. So going back to Rambo became a huge success, and Hollywood was like, no, let's do something like Rambo. Let's because Rambo is huge. Let's do something like Rambo, and then, hey, why don't we do this movie called Commando, and we could have the guy from the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, in it because he's muscular like Rambo, Sylvester Stallone, and then, of course, that they went to Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Commando became a huge hit, and that, of course, started the whole rivalry with Stallone and Schwarzenegger. That was the explanation for that. That's kind of what started the rivalry between those two guys. Because it was also the titles end in O. Rambo, Commando. Get it? So I like them equally, but I remember enjoying Commando the most. I enjoy Commando the most. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's my favorite and that I like it better than Rambo, because I like them equally, but I just remember enjoying Commando the most. So I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but I kind of enjoy Commando the most. Rambo 4, it was a groundbreaker for the old school style action movie, because you haven't seen any gore or carnage, pure old school style carnage like that in any action movie back in the 80s. So Rambo is back with a vengeance. Simple as that. He is back and bigger and badder than before. I hope Sylvester Stallone is still up to doing a Rambo 5, because I heard he's doing that. So I hope he sticks with that idea, because the stuff that's going on today, we need a guy like Rambo. And also, I am sick and tired of these action heroes. So these so-called action heroes today with the CGI superhero Jason Bourne crap. It's time to go back to basics, because I've been hearing, I've seen a lot of people on YouTube and IMDb, and a whole lot of people who appreciate the old school action movies are getting fed up with how movies are today. Time to put some old school into it, You know what I mean? I know a lot of young kids these days, some young people, some young individuals, especially on YouTube, complain about what's so special with these guys, okay? What's so special? They're old. Come on, they started it all, okay? If it wasn't for those guys, you wouldn't have the heroes that you be having now. You think these heroes that you have today came out of the blue? Come on, okay? Go back and learn your history. Go back and learn about these guys. Go back and go to your nearby video store and rent Commando and Rambo and Mad Max and Dirty Harry with Clint Eastwood in the Death Wish series with Charles Bronson. They started the action genre. They put it on the map. They started it all, along with Charles Bronson. Those guys. See, that's the problem. Some of you young people bash these guys, and you don't even know why. They started it all. Some of you young kids have to understand that. So put down that Jason Bourne DVD for a while and go to your video store and learn about these guys. You know, learn your history. Watch these guys. You know, you people gotta learn your history, because these are the type of guys that you might need in real life someday. You know, even Rambo Raph, when he mentioned, you gotta believe that these guys can kick your ass in real life. Those guys back then were believable to kick your ass in real life. Rambo Raph had a good point when he mentioned that in a video once. So I like them equally, but I mostly enjoy Commando. So I hope that's my answer to that. Okay. Have you ever watched Terminator: the Sarah Connor Chronicles? Well, I did watch it. I did watch the pilot. I watched a few episodes. They're kind of okay. It's kind of goes up and it goes down. The mood of it kind of goes up and it goes down. But it's a pretty good show. It's fair. I guess I'm in the minority of that show, but because I've always loved the Terminator films. I think I'm a much more Terminator fan or Rambo fan than anyone else. I totally believe that. But yeah, I have watched it, and the actress who plays Sarah Connor, Lena Headey, I think her name is, which of course some of you remember her also as the Queen from 300. She does a cool job, but she overdoes it emotionally. She cries too much, and she overdoes it emotionally, but she does a good job. But she'll never be Linda Hamilton. Linda Hamilton will always be Sarah Connor, no matter what. No matter what generations come, no matter what some you young kids say, Linda Hamilton is Sarah Connor. No matter what. She brought that character to life. She was and is and still is and will always be Sarah Connor. Linda Hamilton is Sarah Connor. Simple as that. I hope somehow she comes back to do a sequel. I know her character died in Terminator 3, but I hope maybe somehow they might bring her back for a sequel somehow. You know, that'll be great. That'll be awesome. But yeah, Linda Hamilton will always be Sarah Connor. But yeah, I like the show. Yes, and yes, I know you have a crush on the female Terminator on the show, CR12, Summer Glue. It's hard to pronounce her last name, but yeah, she's kind of hot. I like her. The first movie I saw her in was Serenity, which was the movie version of that show Firefly. Very interesting show. But yeah, excuse me. I'm sorry. I just had this vision. I have these something like predictions. These visions that sometimes I see in the future. Now I have to warn you. Some of these visions might come true, and sometimes they don't. But I just see these things. I'm not sure if they're real or not, or they're going to happen. But I just had this crazy prediction. As part of my extraterrestrial abilities, I have these predictions, but I'm not sure if they're going to happen in real life or not. But I just had this vision that Robert Patrick, the guy who played the T-1000 in Terminator 2, will guest star on the Sarah Connor Chronicles as the T-1000.